baddest, so let's tell you about Palace. Rolling straight to the ceiling, crowns and crystals, top like journeys, dishing out malice. Hold up, South London's grandest, far from bandits. Anything earned for all of innovation, just passing the team over here might finish out bright future we can't vanish. It's 325 any day, that's sellers. Rev up the engines, no more reverse reactions, fans bands on stream. Share up the team, support the dream team when eagles fly, make noise and scheme. Dare to dream or dream to dare, taking a step to become supreme.
Oh, could you put us in the right camera frame, please? Because I have not got the access. Yes, guys, welcome back to Eagle Eyed Football. Yes, I am back on the phone once again, so the lighting is dreadful. I am not got headphones on, so if you hear some communication errors, then you know what's going on. But we are back with the second episode of Transfer Weekly. And it's funny because, to be fair, this isn't really much of a Transfer Weekly. I think we're all still thinking about Rich's idea of Manager Weekly. I think that's what's going on in my mind right now. But we are not talking about managers that much in this episode of Transfer Weekly. But right now, we are joined here with Rich. How is it going?
I'm good. Just rushing around. I'm still in my work stuff. Like, it's been a mad day. Ofsted is on their way. We don't know yet when, but they're definitely on their way in the next next month or two. So it's just intense at the minute at school.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the last few days have been mad on Twitter, really, and even like the rumor mill. It's not that there's, put it this way, there's meant to be a rumor mill. There's no water going through the mill right now. It's not turning. It's just stagnant. I think that there are some very loose rumors coming around, but I think they're just people that have gone on FIFA, went, who's 22 or below, and their potential's higher than 84, and they've said, yeah, we'll link them with Palace. So we think, yeah, you've done your research, haven't you? You've done real research there. But we're here. We're going to try and do our best to not get too sidetracked today, which is probably going to be the main task of the day, because I know we all want to talk about the same thing. We all want to talk about Glasner. We all want to talk about Marc. We all want to talk about everything. But we're going to get onto it. If you see the thumbnail, we're going to cover a lot today, but try not to cover too much. So let's actually go through some of the stuff. Actually, wait, Rich, can you take us through some comments before we actually get started?
Yeah, sure. Big Up Dog says, shout out to Pino for scoring a goal and giving Sunderland position, which led to a goal. Started to get concerned. We're linked to a 19-year-old with 3 goals and no one else. Yeah, I mean...
4 goals. Sorry.
It sounds like it's more outgoings than incomings, which is a madness. Big Up Chairman, 2025 best year ever. 2026 a complete shambles. Yeah, facts. Big Up Sean saying leave Pino be. I must say his goal the other day was fantastic.
I said on the vlog he was my man of the match by a long way.
Yeah, he was good. I'm going to give Dino man of the match for keeping the score down. Because he made some outrageous saves. Pat saying that you had to function the other way just to make yourself look bigger.
I mean, if the default's trying to help me, then I'm not going to complain, am I?
So you don't have the facilities. Yeah, the Sunderland vlog, 6K views. I tell you what, after what I heard, if that was captured too, it would be on like 20K.
It was captured. It just wasn't added to the vlog.
Big Up Ree said I'm about to give financial advice. Yeah, save money.
No, there's no turtle. If you had a turtleneck, I would have backed it, but there's no turtleneck.
That's saying F Ofsted. Yeah, they cause too much stress, and obviously some of you probably would have heard about the head teacher that unfortunately took her own life a couple of years back, because I think they went from outstanding to special measures, and then yeah, it's just peak. Big Up Millsy saying here, got to sell Mateta, can't be done alone. Big up Ollie saying I would have taken Callum Wilson. He's not going anywhere now because he scored against Spurs. Earth saying his heart's not with Palace anymore, so I hope he goes to Juventus. Let's see what else we got.
Someone on Twitter, they posted something saying agreement done, Mateta's gone, and I read the whole thing, and it went from total agreement to £30 million loan package. Was like, and then it said negotiations still ongoing. I'm thinking, hold on, how have you gone from total agreement to negotiations still ongoing? No one knows anything.
No,
Let's be real. No one knows anything.
honestly,
Don't trust anyone unless it's Bobby or Ornstein.
I tell you what, this is an outstanding comment. Have Palace gone from outstanding to special mention? I think that's a great comment. Great comment. Oh boy. All right. I think I've been able to shout out everyone who's had a comment so far. Let's get
All
into
right. So let's let's start off with the person who we've sort of already alluded to, Sadiki Sharif. I want to say, from what I know, from certain people, I don't know if I can trust them or not, but it's something that I haven't heard at all from anyone else. Apparently, it's done before the Sunderland game, but I was also told that unless something outstanding happens, aka the Sunderland game, aka Glasner's crash out, it could fall through as well. So I don't really know. Yeah, but let's go on the assumption of we're linked with him. Nothing's happened as of yet. So currently plays for Angers in the first division of the French league. His contract expires 2028. So he's not got too much longer left on his contract. Yes, it's still 2 years away, but it's not like it's a 3, 4, 5 year contract that he's still on. He's only on £6,000 a week if you convert it from euros to pounds. So he's really not on a lot of money. And he's been playing quite a few games so far this season. He sort of had some cameos last season, which is what sort of when he broke into the team and he had a bit of I think he had a hamstring injury. But ever since he came back, he's been playing quite consistently. And also, he's been playing almost every single game so far for them this season. So, in the first division, or in all comps, 19 appearances, with 16 of those being starts, which is a good sign. Only 4 goals, which is, it's a decent return for someone that young playing first division football. Remember, he's literally just turned 19 as well. He turned 19 on the 15th of December. So he's 19 and a few weeks old. Like, he's really, really young. He's younger than we bought Michael from. He's younger than when we actually bought Romain as well. So he'll be one of our youngest purchases that we've actually made, which will be good. He is primarily a centre forward, striker, but he can play left wing. He has played quite a lot of his games at left wing because they've had injuries at left wing, but they have got other strikers in their team. So he has played left wing, aka like left forward. If you really watch him play, it's like he's playing in the left-sided 10, but his main position is that centre forward role. He's quite an interesting player with the fact that his numbers aren't outstanding, but when you watch him, he's got that archetype of being very similar to Jean-Philippe Mateta. He's very strong for his age. I think he's 6'1", but he's like a built 6'1", not a lanky 6'1". So he's actually really good at using his body. He's very strong on the ball, left foot and right foot, from what I have seen as well, which is very important. Even if you're not the best player in the world, if you can use both feet to a decent ability, you're better than 80% of all other players out there, realistically, just because you can use both feet to a good level. But when you look into some of his underlying stats, they're actually quite nice. Let me try and find so I can get you um the actual numbers. But Rich, what are your like thoughts on this signing for a potential £20 million? Well, 14 plus 5 is what I've heard.
Yeah. I've liked what I've seen from comps. I'm going to see if I can actually catch a game. It's going to be good to actually see him like in the 90. I know you
From
mentioned.
what I've seen, out of possession, he's very good as well.
Yeah, you've alluded that he's quite similar to Mateta. I kind of find him like a young Lukaku. You know, I've seen him lean on some players, like he's pushing players to the floor. Like that's how physically strong he is, and like out of possession, he works hard. You know, once again, these are through comps, so comps will obviously show their best light. But he's a strong runner with the ball. It seems like he's a decent finisher. Yes, obviously he's got 4 goals, but we don't know like if he's getting the chances or not.
Well, bearing in mind he's got those 4 goals when he's been mostly playing in that left wing position, and if you actually go off of XG and whatever, he's actually only had 3 XG this season, so he's actually outscoring himself. If you want to look at it that way, it's quite clinical.
It's a good sign.
I mean, he's quite clinical if you look at it like that. But obviously, if you're looking at a striker, ideally you don't want him playing left wing. But if he's playing left wing because he has to, as long as he's, but bear in mind he's playing out of position as a young guy. He's not throwing a strop. He's doing exactly what he's doing. He's trying hard, and he's still outscoring him his XG when he's actually got the opportunities. Even though it's only a few goals, bear in mind Mateta's got 13 XG this year so far, and he scored 8 goals. You know, having someone that can even score or match their XG at this point, mate, throw all your money in the world at him. Cause...
And then another key factor is what I want to bring up is if Mateta's going, Sharif can't be the only signing. If Mateta's staying, then bring him in as well as an additional option.
I think the only issue with that is I would say I would agree with you on the context that we know everything we know, but I would say that in an ideal world, Palace have looked at this and gone, you know what? I don't think that. Well, in an ideal world, I reckon that they bought Nketiah so they can get rid of Mateta this year. But the thing is Nketiah's hamstring goes pop every 10 games. And you can't trust him. So I would say because of his injury record, you would have to buy 2 strikers if Mateta did go. Whereas if Nketiah was fit and he was consistently fit, then you could probably get away with trying to promote Benji Casey from the youth team. You could maybe, if Uche got more game time, you could maybe rely on him if he actually developed a little bit more. You never know these kind of things because they've not been given the opportunity to develop. So, you know, we're sort of looking at it from a manager. I mean, we're not going to go into that right now, but, you know, a manager that's criticised the youth openly after the last game saying they can't change it. Imagine if you're Uche on that bench. Respectfully, you're 22, you're a man, and you're saying that you're a kid and you cannot change the game. If you played more, probably same thing with Remain. You know, they probably could have developed a little bit more. But going back to Sharif, some of the underlying numbers are all right. So he's basically middle of the road when it comes to passing, progressive passing, and tackles as a striker. However, interceptions, he's in the 95th percentile, so top 5% of all strikers in the world's top 5 leagues. He's in the 99th percentile of blocks up front as well. So he's intercepting and he's blocking a load of shots. He's doing his defensive duties from corners, especially. He has that near post locked down, and that's one area we need someone that's really good at set pieces. And bear in mind, he's 19. If you're already good at set pieces at 19, you know, I think you're in for a good player here. But the area that I think is outrageous is obviously this is comparing him to other strikers, so not other wingers. Obviously, because he's playing out wide, this stat is probably increased a little bit because normally a centre forward wouldn't do much dribbling, wouldn't do much take-ons. But because he's playing out wide, those numbers are amplified. But saying that, he's in the 94th percentile for progressive carries. He has 2.5 successful carries per 90. So he's dribbling past people two and a half times a game consistently in 18 games so far this year, which is very, very good. And also he's basically when he's got 2.5, but he tries about 5 a game. So pretty much exactly 50%
Yeah.
of when he tries to dribble past you, he does. Is his dribbling silky smooth like Eze? No. Is it more like he's going to dribble and then give you the hench shoulder and you're going to go flying? Yeah, but he'll still get round you. And you know what? In the Premier League, that might not work, but he's still 19. He can still bulk up even more. I quite like the signing. I think it's a signing that it is one of the ones where it's like looking forward. I think it's an unreal signing. But if he comes in and Mateta goes, there's an awful lot of pressure on his shoulders. Which is why I think a Strand Larsen or something like that would need to come in as well.
I'm still for Joaquin Panicelli from Strasbourg. That's the one that I want, to be honest.
I think he'd cost too much.
He probably will. And I think Gary O'Neill's using him a lot now because obviously Omega's going to be going to Chelsea. But just on that, look, seeing what, is it Brian Robbie?
Yeah.
Seeing what he did to our back three, just give me a strong centre forward. Give me a strong. Like, Brian Robbie gave us problems.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying that to Matt on the train on the way home. I said, look, I mean, everyone knows, even Sunderland fans would admit it. That goal he scored was a fluke. But if you're a striker that knows you're not, if you're like Ayu, you know that you're not going to be scoring goals. All you got to do is just make a nuisance of yourself. And he worked so hard that he probably deserved that goal at the end of the day.
Yeah. And obviously the fluke is in the manner in which it got to him, but his striker instinct into making that run and the finish was mad.
Oh, he's sick. Unreal.
Unbelievable finish. And that's what I mean. A nuisance in the box. And I think that's what I've been quite critical of Mateta. I don't know if it's just Mateta, it's the way that we're playing now, but he's not pinning defenders anymore. He was doing that quite a bit at the beginning of the season where then he can link up play. I can't remember the last time he pinned a centre back.
Do you think he can't put as much power through his knee now? Maybe.
But then he's trying the runs.
You don't need to put as much power. Is it more stressful on the knees to run or to try and battle someone?
Definitely to run. Because remember, when you're pinning someone, you don't actually have to. Like if you do it smart enough and you lean on the defender and you've got your arms out, you're kind of resting your knee on their body weight and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously it comes into you, one touch to hold, one touch to stay off, and then make your next movement. You know, and he's not, and it's kind of partly why we can't even progress the ball. You know, the other time if it does come to him and he maybe doesn't control it properly, so then we're just going back on ourselves. So we definitely need a bulldozer of a centre forward, and if this is what Sharif will be, great. But at the same time, we definitely need some experience because we are losing a lot at the minute.
Mm-hmm. One thing that I did want to add, just going a little bit back to when I spoke about Uche and Esse, how they'd just not been given the game time to develop. One thing I did like was Parish has sort of broken his silence a little bit. If you go onto Instagram, where Romain has posted his like a little comp of him doing sick in the last few games, you've probably seen it online. Everyone's saying, "Oh, he's so Palace. Oh, Palace should buy him," and blah, like, you know, making fun of the whole situation. But I think, please tell me if I'm reading into this too much, but you could tell that Romain has gone away to go get the game time he needs because he's just not getting it at Palace. And I think it's really good for the chairman to show that even though he might not see eye to eye with the current manager, I'll say current manager, that he's still got the full backing of the actual club behind him. I think that's going to do like the world of good for him. That he's going to know that even though this is the situation at Palace right now, that's not going to be the situation forever. So when you come back at the end of the season, there is a place for you still in the squad.
Yeah, Parish knows what he's doing, and he's picked the perfect time to do it as well. Because Romain's posted in the past.
Yeah.
You ain't seen nothing from Parish, you know, but this is literally a statement to say, I've got your back. Remember that I've got your back.
Mm-hmm. And in a way, it's sort of Parish getting his lick back online very subtly for what Glasner's done to him. So, you know. Moving on. Sheriff, would you take him? 14 plus 5, is it a good deal or not? I think yes.
Yes, but if Mateta goes, we still need another. We'll need another one.
100%. A quick one, a very quick one. Marc Guehi, officially a Manchester City player.
Who was cutting onions earlier?
That interview, he looked a bit starry-eyed
Yeah,
at the start and the end, didn't he?
he was on the brink of the tears were flowing. Yeah.
100%. Tears were nearly flowing over here, but not me though. Not me, nearly, but not me. But yeah, it's like really nice. I don't think anyone can begrudge him. Like he's earned it. He's run his contract down. He's got a well, we're gonna go through it in a minute, but he's got his reward. He's got his wages that he wanted. He's gonna play European football. And to be fair,
Close to 5 or 6 times the amount, isn't it?
so well, let's go through it actually. So he signed a deal until 2031. That's a long contract, 5.5 year contract. He is on £18.5 million a year. That goes down to £300,000 a week. Bear in mind at Crystal Palace he was on 45k.
So he was on 50, wasn't he? So yeah, 6 times. Oh my days.
My guy has done a madness when it comes to cash.
I wonder if, because you know he would have taken another 10 million signing bonus if he went on a free. I wonder if they've put that into his 300,000 a week.
I have no idea. But what I would say is that because of his contract being so low, they've bought an £80 million centre back for 20 million quid. Let's be real. You know how crazy that is. They bought Ryan Cherky and Marc Guehi for less than Man United bought Mason Mount for. I saw that on Twitter.
That is wild.
I think, well, we always said about it earlier, the farewell video was great. His actual media stuff for Man City's just Mark as well. And to be fair, in my opinion, I think that's really the best place he could have gone to, apart from going abroad. If he was going to stay in the country, I reckon Man City's probably the best place to go to, in my opinion. I would have. It would have been awful if we went to Arsenal or Liverpool. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah,
But Man City, it's not the end of the world.
The good move with City is that when you got Diaz who's aging, Vardy obviously, unfortunately, he's broke his leg.
Stones can't stay fit.
Yeah,
Ake can't stay fit.
So right now they got Kustanov and Ake at the moment. Yeah, so
and Akanji, what's he gonna do?
Yeah. So and he's starting in the Champions League this week, surely.
He must do. He can't be cup tied, can he?
Yeah, this is it.
He might be for the other trophies, but
oh snap! Wait, actually, that's a good point. Can he play Carabao?
I don't think so. He got knocked out with us, and he got knocked out in the FA.
Interesting. We'll see.
So, other than that, we wish Mark the best.
100%.
Two slightly off-topic things now regarding Mark. Bun FIFA, like the game, because how are you telling me the second he signs for Man City, he gets a Team of the Year card? Are you mad? He was at Palace for how long doing a crazy business? The second he goes to Man City, he gets a Team of the Year card on the same day. I'm fuming.
Millsy, I've heard a report that they won him for 8 million. Like, I won't lie, take the 8 million because he's not going to be playing right now.
And the only other thing is that now he's gone, we need a centre back by Chelsea. There are no rumours for any centre backs of any sort of quality. Like I said to you at the start of the stream, whoever's making these reports is going on FIFA. They're finding someone that's 22 and below, and they've got high potential on the game. That's what they're doing. That's who they're linking us with. Because one of the guys they linked us with didn't CRB check him. One of the guys is banned from Fenerbahce because he actually threw hands at a ref. I don't want that guy at my club. Nice. Yeah. Anything else you want to add on, Mark, before we move on to the last part, which probably going to be the longest part of this whole stream.
Thank you. Like, unbelievable captain, unbelievable leader. Led us to the FA Cup. Being humble at the way he performed after the whole Liverpool debacle and stuff. The only disappointing part is obviously the Macclesfield game where you can tell he was trying not to get hurt. You know, but no, wish you all the best, man. Seriously, he's been a very, very, very good centre back for us.
Mm-hmm. So, last part. Ollie Glasner versus Steve Parish. Before I say anything, what are your thoughts on this whole situation?
I see both sides. However, I don't like the way Glasner's gone about it. Personally, I mean, yes, attack the board, but what he's done to like the other players and the kids, the youth players, that's bang out of order. That's poor. Also, I think the whole "I don't care" bit was taken a little bit out of context. However, obviously, him coming out and saying that he's not signing a new deal, that part of me is like saying, yeah, then just go.
I think the timing's all off. Why would you do it in the middle of the window? You've killed our window.
Yeah, it's a big problem. However, I can understand his frustration, and it's the same frustration I think a lot of us hold. Where he went back to back summer windows and didn't get back properly. You know,
and I understand that completely.
You know, so that side of it, I get it. I get his frustrations, but and that's funny enough. I put that on the Eagle Eye Football tweet that they're both wrong. So I mean, you're spot on. They're both wrong, different ways, but they're both wrong. You know, it's not. It shouldn't be a Parish versus Glasner sort of feel with the fan base.
Yeah,
both of them are bang out of order. Now, if you're now asking me, do I want him to stay to the end of the season? I've been flip-flopping on this decision, I won't lie. 1 minute I'm like, yeah, because I think he'll be the best chance to get the Conference League. And I think if we can get that, all this madness, not that it will be forgiven, but we'll be like, rah, we've won the Conference League, you know what I mean?
And also, if you do like just in a big hype, I still don't think we're going to win that competition. But if you do win it, as a hypothetical situation, let's say you win it, you've got Europa League football next season, which is a massive plus.
Yeah.
We are probably going to sell Adam Wharton at the end of this season as well. You're probably going to sell Munoz at the end of the season as well. So with those two players gone, you're going to be about £120 million up. And you won't have specific system players as well. So you won't have a right wing back and you won't have a ball player midfielder. So a new manager is going to see that and come in and say, I'm going to have 120 million to spend and I can do whatever I want. I can go to 4 at the back. I can keep it at 5 at the back. So we would be a very good project for someone to want to come in because they're going to have money and they can do whatever formation they want to build.
And another key aspect of what you said about it, and this is why I think the Conference League is so important. Granted, look, we need to win about 3 more games just to make sure that we're not falling into the relegation. I looked at the table.
We're not that far off.
It doesn't look that much. Like Forest are 6 points behind us. Just to put that into perspective. But obviously, I think that will mean West Ham are 11. That doesn't look like a lot anymore. You know, yes, there are other teams that are in and around us who are struggling too, but I'm just looking at ourselves. Winning that Conference League, I think then gets us a much better manager too, as well as players that will be willing to join us as well. So I think we should give Glasner the opportunity to do that. As much as I'm still, like I said, I'm still slapping. You know, you got the angel and the devil side. It's everyday.
However, I did see one person put a manager in on Twitter, and I said it's so unrealistic. But if there's any chance that you can get Jose Mourinho, yeah, do it.
That would be unreal.
I would back him to win us a conference as well, even with a shoestring squad.
Yeah. 100%.
But let's get into it. So Obviously, he spoke about the abandonment, spoke about his quotes on the kids and how he said that I don't think that they can do a thing. Then he spoke about I was not aware that Mark was on his way. If our mate Fabrizio knew that he was off to City 3 days before the game, and he said he found out that he's not going at 10 a.m. the day of the game, bearing in mind they all flew to Sunderland the day before, brother, I'm sure you did a head count, saw Mark weren't on that plane.
Mm.
Yeah, so there's no point lying about that because that's a damn lie. He has been telling some lies actually lately because he's been flip flopping at the Macclesfield game.
Yep.
And what else did he lie about? He said that I was the one that built the squad, and then literally the next day he said no, I didn't. This is what the board have done to me. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
He also
What
said
is
he
the
wasn't gonna
truth?
talk about his contract until things.
Yeah, I can't talk about my contract. Oh no, I decided it in
Understand.
October. Like, there's no need to lie about stuff like this.
I think
And
he's absolutely just lost his head with the whole Mark situation. And
yeah.
it's madness.
And then there's like new stuff coming out that he says it feels to me that when the players are back, we'll feel okay with ending the season at 42 points. That's how the board is acting at the moment. You're thinking, big
He's
man,
sending shots.
what is going on?
Sending shots. But that's the part of it I don't mind, because what he's saying is, look, I'm right now as it stands 128, and that's probably the most we've had in ever. You know, and
Yeah.
because we have not won anything in the last 10 in all comps, which will probably include about 6 league games.
Yeah.
Still on 28 points. We ended what last year, was it on 50? Or
51.
All right. So we're still 22 points off that with another 17 league games, I think. 16, 17 league games. All right. So that's effectively what? If you can navigate 6 wins and a few draws, we beat we beat that tally. And under Glasner, that's not impossible. You know?
Mm-hmm. And also, we have to remember injuries have played a massive part in our downfall as well. I said to Chairman on the phone earlier today, if AFCON didn't exist, and what a win from Saar, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Just
so happy for me.
justice. All I'll say, justice was served yesterday. But yeah, if AFCON didn't exist, Kamada and Munoz didn't get injured, I guarantee you we would not be in this situation right now.
We actually would still be in the top 6.
And if Boldy could shoot a 1-on-1, we'd be in the top 4.
He can't shoot
Seriously.
1-on-1. He scores crackers from 30 yards, which was offside.
What a finish, by the way. But what I'm going to do is we're going to go through, because when I was looking at this, I was thinking, I know that Parish and the board and whoever does all the transfers did all the transfers so late. So that's the one caveat I'm going to go into this next part saying. We didn't do the business at the right time, and timing is everything in football. But let's just gloss over timing altogether. Glasner said I was abandoned, okay? So in his 2 years at Crystal Palace, him as the manager has bought Brennan Johnson, Jeremy Pino, Camvo, Sosa, Benitez, Uche this season. And then last season, he bought Nketiah, which, another caveat, panic buy. Lacroix, Sarr, Riyadh, Romain, Kamada, and then the others are all loans. So he's bought a lot of players. He's actually the manager that spent the most money ever at Crystal Palace. But you've also got to go and say, okay, so who was sold? Big hitters this season: Eze, Mark, Edward, Malcolm, and then everyone else went for free. And then last season, we sold Michael, Joachim Anderson, Sam Johnstone, Jordan Ayew, and Odson Edward. So he sold a load of good players, but he's also spent a load of money. And I went and I broke it down. So his total spend at Crystal Palace is £162 million. In 2 years, that's a lot of cash. A lot of cash. Bearing in mind, the next highest spender is Allardyce. And he did that in 2 years. Well, 1 year, a summer and a winter. And he did £70 million. So in the same, so roughly the same time frame, we spent less than half the money. But if you look at what we sold, it's 171 million. So in the whole time that Glasner's been the manager, we've actually pocketed £9.5 million. So if you look at it that way, we haven't actually invested any money in. We just sort of recycled it.
Yeah. And also, when you look at, and you obviously the names you've rolled off, what we're technically replacing quality with is players that aren't of standard. Now, the only one that's actually worked, 100% worked, is Ismail Assar. But we sold Michael for what? 45, 50.
50 on the dot.
Yeah. And we bought in Sarr for 12. So the thing is, where did the other 35 go? You know? Like, and this is what, that's why I can understand Glasner.
It went on the likes of Riyadh and them, man.
But even with that, there was other players that were sold. Another thing is we don't sell well. We don't sell well. We are terrible at selling our assets.
To be fair, Michael for 50, not ideal, but we could have lost him for 30 if he didn't sign that contract. So
Yeah.
I can't be too mad at that. Joachim Anderson, that's a great sale.
For 30.
Stam Johnstone for 12 million is a great sale. IU for 5 million is a great sale.
It might have gone up to like 8 now, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But then obviously, well, that was the season before last. If I go to this season, Eze for 70, that's a great sale. Mark 20 is better than nothing.
Yeah.
But then the worst one is Edouard, 2 million quid. You seen what he's doing in France right now? But yeah, everyone else free, schlup. France is never coming back. That's 20 million down the drain. Jezran Ratsaki, might as well not bother. Rob Holding, Malcolm Ebue, but still, we've sold some big hit. When we have sold our big hitters, we've done well. When we sold our duds, Chelsea sell duds for 5-10 million a pop. We just get them. They just leave here for free. That's how Chelsea make all their money, and that's what we need to learn to, I guess, copy them. Yeah. In that sense.
But on that note as well, like in both instances, Glasner has asked for more. And I don't think it's an unreasonable one, especially this summer, because the agreement was Ebbs and Mark were going to go early in the window. It's only because Liverpool dragged their heels and tried to lowball us. That's why he didn't. But then Glasner said, I need two. So if the Eze deal was going to get done, who on earth was the second option? And why did they not come through the door?
Yeah. So I think we spoke about it a little bit. At the end of the day, what happens? Do you sack him or do you back him? Bars, by the way.
It is bars. This is such a tough one.
Because who's going to want to join a manager that's gone in 6 months?
Yeah.
Do you want to spend money on a manager that's going to be gone in 6 months? Because let's just say hypothetically, if I'm going to hope that because the decision was made in October, that Parish already has someone in mind to come in.
And that's
exactly what we did when we got Glasner. Remember, Roy was meant to take us to the end of the season, and then Glasner came in last few games to steady the ship and keep us up. Hopefully, in my eyes, I hope that Parish has already done that. And the only thing that's in my head that's making me believe that is that the manager that he's chosen, or whoever at the club has chosen, is a four at the back manager, because the Genk right back was apparently so close to being done. Do you need a right wing back if you play four at the back? You do not need that. You need a normal right back. That, in my eye, and then also recalling Imre to fill the gap until the end of the season. That's what's giving me that idea.
No, absolutely. No, I agree with that. But then that's probably also the reason why Glasner's been asked to stay on, because maybe Parish was on the blower to like, listen, can you come now to his manager? No, I'm in a job, mate. I can't come now.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Keep it for the summer. Let's do that. That's probably what's happened. But
I mean, with what Mills you said, there is a manager out there that is also out of work that plays 4-2-3-1, and I have seen links to him. Ben Schmidt, or Jacob Schmidt, I think his name is. He was the Benfica manager, Leverkusen manager, and a Salzburg manager.
Is that Roger Smith?
That's it, Roger. Not what am I on about? Ben Jacob.
Ben
No.
Jacobs. You got Ben Jacobs on your mind.
He's in my head rent free.
But not only that, you got Adi Hutter as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Emilio knows. You heard Hutter. There you go.
He knows. He knows more about football than Nicky. Sorry, it was a mad stray, but it was too easy.
But yeah,
So what do we do? Because I don't know how we're going to draw in players with this being our situation.
can I give you an answer about what we do after the Brighton game?
No.
I'm going to do it anyway.
It's too late. It's too late at that point. It's too late. The window's on. The window's done.
I know that, but the reason why I say that is not so much for the window. I'm just talking more about Glasner because he's obviously said about the players being out. We should have Munoz and Sarr back. Fingers crossed. Sarr's definitely back this week. Munoz, fingers crossed, if not next week. Right? Our right-hand side becomes effective again. We've been having to manage that. And effectively now we've got depth because obviously Johnson's in. If our performances don't improve, and I'm not talking about results because you can play well and lose, but if the bare minimum, we ain't even performing well. We don't even press anymore. I don't think we do anything. That Sunderland second half was absolutely dreadful. So if there's an improvement in performance, then at least I can hold my hands up and say, we had a blip. And
We had a go.
And we've got, obviously, Sam Munoz back. If those two come back and we're still dead, he can go. That's just how I see it. So I'm kind of giving him, as much as it hurts me to say that, because I'm annoyed, I'm giving him I just want to see what happens with Sam Munoz back if we then turn things
And Kamada.
Yeah, and Kamada.
Can you take us through some comments before we round up?
Oh, yes, sir. Where did I get to? See if it was quite a lot. Oh my gosh. Is this true? Yeah, I don't see him coming to Palace though.
Nah, that smells of a Tottenham or something like that, or a Man United.
That is a shout. Yeah, because I think Glasner's stocks have gone down. There's going to be owners that are going to be like,
mate. And if an owner's looking to employ him and he's just cussed off Parish like that, I think of how owners are in the Premier League, I don't think that he's going to be anywhere near the Premier League again. Yeah,
no facts. I did see a lot of comments earlier about Thomas Frank. I don't know if that would help Brennan Johnson. So I don't know.
Choo. So you don't want Thomas the Frank engine? You know, I had a conversation with Chairman about Thomas Frank I think the day before, and I think he said to me, was Thomas Frank that great, or was everyone around him just really good? Because the caretaker manager's doing better than Frank's ever done. And he's not playing incredible football.
And he doesn't have better footballers.
No, he's had the same team. If anything, less of a team.
Yeah.
He didn't have Tony and Mbeumo. Or Wissa. And now look.
Frank had a mad front three, you know.
And he had Charlotte on the bench.
That front three.
And Potter. So good players. But couldn't do the best. But Keith Andrews come in and doing better than Frank's has done. So is Frank's a fraud, or was his team just really good at Brentford?
That's a good question. Monty saying, can we have Eze back? I would, if I was Parish, I would be straight down to Eze. Listen, this is a World Cup here.
Do you want to play or not?
Yeah, simple as. Do you want to play football? Yes, come. We'll give you to the end of the season. And at least to say, Arteta, look, let's just keep him fit, at least. for you lot. So because he I don't recall the last time he played. I think he did 10 minutes against Chelsea in that Carabao Cup, and that's it.
He's not even playing in the Champions League either.
Yeah, he's literally sitting on the bench. Yeah, absolutely. I think Sarah Munoz. I think, and this is part of the reason why we can't build anything sustainable, is because we can only really attack down one side now. So obviously having them back is going to give defenders a bit of a problem. And if you saw Ismail Assar, I don't know if for those who watched AFCON, he came on and he was doing a madness. I saw him dribbling past players like he looked hungry. So, Sar, hurry up back, please. We miss you.
Mate, he was doing a shift at right wing back.
He did a decent job of it. That might be a shout if Munoz ain't back,
Oh, what? Sarah and Johnson.
Johnson.
All I'm saying, that right side will be fast, but it'll be stiff as well.
That might work for this week, because Chelsea.
Sarr ain't gonna play if he comes back tonight. He's not playing.
There's enough time. The game's on Sunday.
Trust me. Kouyaté took like 2 weeks until he came back into the team again.
Glasner ain't having that. He's putting him. Glasner. Once his team's back, his team's back. He started it straight away. And there's no Cucurella, isn't there?
I don't know.
He had a sending off.
Oh, did he yank someone's hair, didn't he?
Yeah. Ironic. So yeah, no.
Yeah, you're right. It was a Fulham game, wasn't it? He dragged man down.
So yeah, and he's been good for them as well, actually. Mosley with a great point. Liverpool sold their dots for 25 million. And I think, don't get me wrong, I think team name plays a part in that. And stuff. Now, what we needed to do is be like the Brentfords and the other team that I hate that they do someone like this, and just put our foot down.
Yeah.
And say, this is the price. Like this whole Beteta loan, if we accept that, we are dumb. We're already dumb, but we're dumb of the dumbest of the dumbs. Because 4 million loan fee and a 24.5 obligation. We're all right. If you want to pay the 35, so we can at least get a replacement in. Like, if we accept it, we are stupid.
Or at least have someone come the other way.
Yeah.
Give me David.
Jonathan David.
You don't want him. I want him.
Because the Juventus don't want him. And stuff. Does he actually think he's damaged his reputation? I think so.
But now he has, in the history books, no.
Yeah. I mean, I won't be surprised if he even ends up at Bayern Munich. If Bayern Munich don't win the Champions League, I won't be surprised.
Company's gone.
Yeah, I think company will be gone.
Also, on a completely unrelated note in regards to Bayern Munich, have you seen that Michael's actually on track to beat Messi's record of the most assists in a season?
Is that?
Michael, he's actually on pace to smash Messi's.
He's in the Ballon d'Or. He came on for 45 minutes and bagged a goal and got 3 assists.
No, so I think it is that Messi got, I think it was 30 assists in one season. Michael's already on 20, and there's still like half the season left to go. He's going to destroy Messi's record if he stays fit.
Crazy.
And that's his 91 GA season as well, remember?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, 92 even. Unreal. Angry Man says that I'm a Chelsea fan. Cucurella is there, so he is actually available. Yeah, I thought he had a straight red, but maybe it was a second yellow. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Cool.
That's a point, Ollie. I hope there is a Ballon d'Or clause on the contract. We need some money.
Mate, if we did a Ballon d'Or clause for França, not him, you know how mad that is.
Well,
all right. Well, guys, thank you very, very much for watching. Today we discussed Sadiki Sharif, young striker, very big talent. We also discussed Marc Guehi going off to Manchester City. They got a £80 million player for £20 million, and I respect it. My guy's on 300k a week. And we also spoke about the whole Glasner versus Steve Parish situation. Glasner spending the most money of any manager ever at Crystal Palace, but also having to sell some of the biggest players to ever play for Crystal Palace. And in his whole tenure, he's actually up. So no money was invested. But guys, put in the comments below who you want us to cover next week. And as always, like, share, subscribe. Up the
Let's
Palace.
actually have any rumors.
If there's anything, put in the comments, please.
We'll cover anyone. Eagles.
Pause.